what was the question again?
No, I was asking how do I make sure, or how can I work on my message to clients or potential clients, make it, like stand out, to because I've come from a point where when I have something to say, I say it, or this is what I'm selling, this is what I can do. Uh, but from the point of view of when you talk about, say, copywriting, it sounds like it matters what words I'm using or how I put it. So two of us can be saying the same thing. One receives attention. So how do I make sure I'm the person who gets that attention from potential clients?
Okay, that's a really good question. And when you mentioned something that's interesting, when it comes to passing on your message, like for a lot of business owners, you might feel that, if you have something to say, you just say it. Like we were taught how to do comprehension, how to write. So you just write, or you just say what it is that you need to say. But the thing about copywriting is salesmanship in print. So it's not just about writing to get the message or the words out. It's about being able to package your message in a way that gets people's attention and helps them either solve a problem that they have or answer a question that they've been asking themselves that sometimes they haven't even spoken out loud. And copywriting is so important because if you look at it like, let's say, like in other media, you'll have, or even teachers, like if you think about your teacher, there were some teachers who would just come, they go to the blackboard, they write. I don't know that people still use blackboards, but I was taught with blackboard, and they just write, the formulas, and they tell you what it is that you need to do. And then there's that teacher who would help you understand. They would tell you like a story. They could tell you where they started and help you see the value of what they're teaching you. And that's the teacher you'd remember. So technically, that teacher has packaged that message so that it has a bigger impact and it helps you remember. And that's what copywriting does. It's not just about putting words out there, and you can do copywriting. You can record a video as well. You can write it in an article, but it's not just about putting the message out there. It's about making sure that your message is effective and remembered. And if you want people to take action, like there's a call to action, you want them to buy, then it has to be directed towards the action that you now want people to take once they have this revelation, answer to the question, aha moment, or now they're engaged in the story, and then you're like, for part 2, click here, to buy the entire book, or, whatever it is that you need people to do. So copywriting is so important in marketing because it's what will allow your message to be noticed, to be remembered, because there's so much stuff out there. Like you scroll through your feed and you can't avoid some of the useless things that will interrupt you. But if you don't know how to capture your customers' attention or your audience's attention, then you'll have a really good message, but then only people who know you, care about you, and have taken the time to know you will read it. Everybody else will just scroll past it and then click the one that has a headline that's like, are you looking for the solution to this problem? And you're like, yeah. And then you click, and then the person starts with a story and they start to reel you in. Like it's like watching a movie. You start to watch this movie. Like, when I think about some of my favorite movies, there's one movie, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. It's in black and white and it's in Swedish. So when I first started watching that movie, I remember thinking, is the color on my TV the problem? Then I'm thinking it's got subtitles. This is not something I'm going to watch. So I was moving towards the TV to like change what was playing. And I took 1 meter and I was like engrossed already. The next thing I knew, I'd been standing for so long. So now I lean back and I sit on the chair, the edge of the seat, because I'm still thinking this is a black and white, subtitled movie in
Subtitle.
Swedish. So I'm like, there's no way this thing is captivating. But they had me. I was on the edge of my seat. I watched the entire movie on the edge of my seat till the end. Like, forget changing it. I was engrossed in that subtitled black and white movie because of how they told the story and how they hooked me in the beginning. It's the same thing with marketing. Like, you refine it to the point where when somebody reads the first sentence, they're hooked. They have to get to the end. Like, they want to know, oh, how does this unfold? And you can learn copywriting from different sources. Like, I teach it in my programs, but you can learn even from watching movies. Like, what movies get your attention? I have a swipe file where I look at ads, posters, like anything on the internet. When that's how I do my research as well. I see the things that get my attention. If it gets my attention, I take a screenshot, because then something in there got my attention. So that's another way of learning how to do like copywriting, how to get better at copywriting. Start noticing, read novels and see how that story, like, how is it that somebody at 2 a.m. is sitting there with bad lighting trying to get to the end of that chapter, and it never ends because then they start the next one, because there's a way. Like, that's copywriting. Like, that author has learned how to get your attention. So yeah, so that's what that is. And
Okay.
it's super important in marketing. If you want your marketing message to catch your audience's attention, like, copywriting is so necessary in that process.
Right. Thanks for that.
Cool. Karibu. All right. Is it okay if I use this, like, to just share? Because I like creating content that shares lessons. And you asked such a beautiful question that not many people ask me. I'm like, can I share this? Can I put this on my YouTube channel and share this with my audience? Is that okay? Do I have your
Yeah,
permission?
yeah, that's okay.
Cool. Thank you,
Sure.
Marilyn.
Welcome.